Vinton County High School for the nightcap of BMG Media's double header tonight for Vinton County Vikings with the Jackson Ironmen.
Bragg.
What is it?
Go.
Welcome everybody to BMG Media's live coverage. It's a doubleheader today. First game out of the way tonight. The nightcap, the boys' game tonight for the Vinton County Vikings and the Jackson Ironmen. So far, this is the fifth game of the day.
It's been a long one, Nathan.
Yeah, so Nathan Lamb alongside my partner Brad Rose. We're going to bring you the action tonight from the nightcap here. Bradley, the game so far today, 2-2. So this will be the breaker tonight.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Saw an exciting freshman game. That game went to Jackson. Both JV teams picked up wins for the Vikings. And in what was a very exciting game that you guys just saw on BMG, the Varsity girls. What a game that was, Bradley. I know coming into tonight, really, personally, I was concerned with the game because this Jackson Iron Ladies team just knocked off Unioto, and that is one of the premier teams in Southeast Ohio. So I'm thinking, oh my, what are we going to see Saturday?
It was, and for three quarters, I thought Vinton County had a chance in this game, and then the Iron Ladies stepped on the gas and really made it, stretched out a little bit there at the end of the game.
Absolutely. So tonight it's going to be exciting. Both of these teams will face off in the first round of the tournament. It will be in Jackson. So a preview of what's to come in the sectional tournament tonight from Vinton County. So with that said, as we are awaiting the starting lineups, Bradley, this is the 51st meeting all-time between these two teams. 51st, that means the last game was the 50th game. Jackson comes into tonight's game 15-5 overall. They're 5-4 in the FAC. Meanwhile, the Vikings 14-5 overall. And they are undefeated in TVC play. This obviously is a non-conference game, so none of that matters. But we'll talk more about what Jackson has done this season and a few more stats after we listen to the national anthem.
Star-Spangled Banner.
Welcome back to Vinton County High School. BMG Media's coverage of Vikings basketball. The final home game of the season for Vinton County. They face their biggest out-of-conference rival, Brad. The Jackson Ironmen come to town. This is a rivalry that dates back all the way to the first season of Vinton County basketball, 1966-67, Brad. And I've got a trivia question for you later about that.
All right.
So let's go a little over the stats for this one tonight. Vinton County is 9-3 at home this season. Jackson 7-2 on the road. That's a pretty good road record for the Ironmen. Vinton County averages 66 points a game, and they give up 59.4. Jackson averages 56 points a game. They give up 49.5. So basically the same defense. The Vikings may be a little more run and gun, as you would say. We'll see tonight. But the Vikings average 10 more points per game. That also could be a little to do with the schedule. Common opponents, both teams have wins over Logan, Meigs, Alex, Zane Trace, Athens, and McLean. So they've seen a lot of the same teams throughout this season as the Vikings spend a lot of their non-conference action over in the FAC, and the Ironmen spend some time of their non-conference action in the TVC. So a lot of crossover games there between the two. Jackson beat Chillicothe, who the Vikings were upset by earlier this year back in December. And then both teams obviously took one, or in Jackson's case, two on the chin to Washington. Jackson comes into this game ranked 61st in Division II. Vinton County sits 89th in the state, according to Max Preps. The series, Brad, is tied at 25 apiece. So
I would
tonight,
not have guessed that.
You'll have a tiebreaker for all the games today, tied 2-2. You'll have a series tiebreaker today. But again, could be tied right back up next week or 2 weeks from now when the Vikings face the Ironmen down in Jackson in the first round of the tournament. So, series tied, 25 apiece. Jackson has won 3 of the last 5, but the Vikings have won the last 2. So it's been pretty competitive over the last few seasons. The first game was back in 1967, February the 26th. That was a tournament game, Brad, and I'll ask you a couple questions later in the broadcast about that. And I am very prepared if you counter me with some questions of your own, like sometimes you tend to do.
I do that.
When I ask a trivia question. So, with that said, we've got the starting lineups read, and we are about ready to tip here from Vinton County High School. The Jackson Ironmen and the Vinton County Vikings. Again, this the 51st meeting all time between these two teams.
Packed house tonight, brother.
Oh, you talk about a crowd, Brad, for the varsity girls game and the varsity boys game tonight. This, it is, I know we say it a lot, you say, oh, a packed house, and that means you got a big crowd. But this is pretty legitimately a packed house tonight.
It is. Standing room only. I mean, the doorways are filled. It's packed.
Packed and loud. And we are set to go here as Woodard is going to jump and Allman. And the tip goes to the Vikings, Cobra Sharp. Cobra Sharp has the ball. And Allman has it now. They get it inside to Brown. Brown has it. Looking for help. Kicks it. Oh, nice no-look pass. Sharp for 3. Got it!
Bang!
First three-pointer of the night goes to Cobra Sharp, and the Vikings on top 3-0.
Way to start with Sharp right there.
I like that, Bradley. And there's a 3 by Woodard, and that misses everything. And Brown comes down with the board. He brings it across. He's going to drive, loses the handle. Still, the ball's still loose. Picked back up by Brown. Now he goes up strong, spins, shots in!
Nice
2 points
job.
in the bucket. He will go to the line for 1. 7:21 to go first quarter, and boy, are they playing with fire tonight, Brown?
Woo! Garrett Brown rocking and rolling early.
This is the loudest this gymnasium has been in a long time. They are ready to play. Interesting tonight, Bradley, as the free throw is in by Brown and makes it a 6-0 ball game. This is the first time I've ever seen this, Brad, as the Vikings press.
Nice.
Simons loses the ball. Sharp's got it, kicks it ahead. And Heyer puts it off glass and in, and we've got an 8-0 ball game. The Vikings still pressing. Jenkins throws it across.
You just want to get it across midcourt here.
Boston Campbell, the only senior for the Ironmen, gets it inside Ray. His shot's up and in. Much needed shot by the Ironmen.
Great shot.
6:50 to go, 8-2. But the first time I've ever seen 2 student sections in the same seating section, Bradley.
It could get
that
nasty.
Can't be good.
It could get nasty over there.
And there's almost a steal as we've got a collision. Simons, like he got a knee or a leg to the back of the head by Owen Heyer. That can't feel too good as the Vikings will take it out of bounds on the sideline. Parker Schonborn will inbound. And he's going to run the point.
A little bit different.
Sharp's got the ball now, looking for Brown. Brown's got it. Simon's on him. He puts it up and doesn't get the roll. Ball caroms around. Allman's got it. He's looking for someone. And the ball, they're going to say a jump ball as Ray went over the top to grab it
It was a good tie-up. I think it was all ball.
So the possession arrow will be with the Ironmen. They'll take over. 6:15 to go.
Ooh.
And the student section for Jackson doing something we haven't seen as the Ironmen lose the ball out of bounds. Simons loses control, and the Vikings take it right back over.
This is an interesting atmosphere right here, Nathan. Can you feel it?
Yes.
I can actually feel it
for
tonight.
the first time tonight, or for the first time this season, Brad, an opposing team has a student section, and also it's a packed house. So this one could be pretty entertaining. So stick with us as the Vikings lead. Garrett Brown has the ball. He's going to drive. Wolford's on him. Ball gets kicked away. Ray's got it. Ray gets it poked from behind by Schonborn. And up ahead is Sharp. Sharp into the corner. Brown, wide open three. Boom! Garrett Brown hits a three. It's 11-2. And we've got a timeout. 32nd by Jackson. Vikings up big early with 5:36 to go.
Couldn't have written a better script for the Vikings right now early on in this first quarter.
Restoration, SF Restoration, Steel Isle Construction, Strickland Sales, McWilliams Funeral, the Patio Grubs and Suds, Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce, DDF Seamless Gutters, Precision One Masonry, Spring Street Sports, and Corrine Smith Photography.
Welcome back to BMG Media's live coverage of Vikings basketball. 5:36 to go first quarter. Vikings up 11-2 on the Jackson Ironmen. Jackson with the ball. Jenkins throws it in to Simons. Wolford has the ball. He drives, floats through the air, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound to the Ironmen. There's Ray for three, dead on straight, no good, too strong, tipped up into the air and brought down by Wolford. Wolford over, they get it around to Campbell. Campbell in the paint, puts up a shot off glass and in.
Nice shot.
Boston Campbell, the lone senior on this team for the Ironmen. He's going to have a big game tonight. This Jackson team played last night, Bradley. They played a Logan Chieftains team. Came away with a fairly easy win down in Jackson, but the Vikings, I guess, looking a little fresher tonight. Maybe that's because of that game last night by Jackson. Allman puts up the shot in the paint. No good. Draws the foul. They're going to say travel. We got a travel call on Allman.
Shuffled the feet there.
So Jenkins will inbound. Simon's got the ball. 4:40 to go first quarter. 11-4. Vikings up by 7. Woodard over to Jenkins. Jenkins with the ball. Driving on Schonborn. And they're going to call a foul on Schonborn. So the first foul of the game for the Vikings. Fouls 1-1 right now for each team. 4:29 to go first quarter. Nobody in foul trouble so far. Ball gets tossed in to Woodard. Wolford has the ball. He goes up. No good. Another foul. He'll go to the line. A couple bodies hitting the floor early tonight, Bradley.
Yeah, it's going to be rough and tumble underneath. Both these teams starting to settle in a little bit. You're seeing them starting to relax, actually getting some sets. We're starting to get a little bit more conventional basketball.
So again, Bradley, this being a non-conference game, it is not only do you have the pressure of, coming up, you have a tournament game, win or lose. You win, move on, or lose and go home against this same opponent. But this is the biggest non-conference game for each team tonight. Each team, this has been a rivalry game dating back for years. And not just basketball, but every sport. I mean, you always have packed houses. You always have big crowds. It's always loud, always exciting. Teams tend to play pretty evenly. It's been a very good series. The only thing that could make it any better is if it was for a conference game, as Cobra Sharp, again, slithering to the rack. Woo! Cobra Sharp puts it in off glass. It in 13-6. Vikings lead. We're under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Speaking about these two adjacent schools, sometime here up soon, we're going to start seeing this game in football in the fall one of these days, right, Nathan?
I would assume so. We've got a foul Wolford was fouled. I would expect so, Bradley. This was a annual game between the two in football from the early 90s to the early 2010s. Really kind of disappeared just because the programs kind of went in two different directions. But as of lately, the Vikings look like they can maybe match the efforts of a Jackson Ironman team on the gridiron. So there's a nice three and much needed three by Simons. It's 13-9, Brad, and we've got a 4-point game now. The Ironman weathering the storm, and we've got a foul called.
That's something you're going to have to see all evening long. Garrett's going to have to go inside and draw some of those fouls.
Again, the Vikings, the last handful of games, Brad, starting slow. But tonight so far, 13 points in the first quarter with a couple here at the line. Have definitely started a little quicker tonight than they have the last couple of games. And honestly, quite honestly, Brad, that's been the difference in those last two losses, losing by 7 to Courthouse and then 7 to Marietta. The Vikings found themselves down by double digits in the first half, both of those games, but just didn't climb back enough.
Yeah, and you knew coming in that if you were the Vikings, you had to get out ahead of the Ironmen early to be able to stay in this ball game.
Second shot is in for Brown. Simons with the ball for Jackson. He's going to drive. Got a couple subs in for the Vikings. Drives all the way to the rack, off glass, no good. And a rebound is off of Hembry, so it'll stay with the Ironmen. Good defense by Mr. Reynolds, who's in off the bench. Carroll inbound for the Ironmen. Gets it in. Campbell has it in the corner. Brown guarding him. Gets it back out. They toss it over to the left side. Jenkins has the ball. He's driving on higher. Now he reverses. Comes back out top. Ball over to Simons. Into the corner. Back inside now. Woodard has the ball. Left-handed move. Puts it in. 15-11. 3 minutes left. First quarter. This is exactly what we expected to see tonight.
It's going to be this way all the way deep into the fourth quarter.
Garrett Brown kicks it back out. Over to Reynolds. Thought about a three. Takes it inside of the elbow. Back out to Brown. He'll take a three. Can he hit two? No, that one's too deep. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Hembry. And it's still loose and corralled by Campbell. Up to Jenkins. 2:35 to go. Jenkins all the way to the hoop. Off glass, no good. Again, another job. Good job by Reynolds on defense. Brown drives with the ball. Looking for help. He kicks it back out to Reynolds. Reynolds, nice spin move. Inside the free throw line, no good, too strong. Rebound by the Ironman. Jenkins has the ball. Gets it over to Campbell. Campbell with higher guarding him, kicks it back out to Simons. His layup wide open right around Hembry. And we've got a 2-point ball game. 15-13, 2 minutes left, first quarter.
The Viking defense just could not rotate around there and catch back up.
Finally, we can take a breath. Cobra Sharp has the ball out top. Ball passed over to Hembry, lost his footing, but gathers the ball in. Back out to Sharp. Vikings running some clock. Reynolds with the ball. Reynolds over to Brown. Jenkins took a swipe, missed. Sharp in the corner. Simons on him. Sharp going to back out. 1:30 to go, first quarter. Sharp sets the screen. Nice pickup by Woodard. Throws it over into the corner. Hembry, wide open three. There it's in. Hembry with a three. Not somebody you typically see producing on the offensive side of the boards, but you'll take whatever you can get in a tight ball game, right? 18-13. 5-point game, 1:10 to go. Jenkins to the rack, off the glass and in. So just like that, the Ironmen respond, and we're down to a minute left. 3-point ball game. First quarter, Brown drives on Wolford. Puts up the shot off glass and in, and that was on Campbell.
That's a great shot by Garrett there. Use his body to kind of shield the ball and lay it in.
20-15. Ironmen have the ball. Jenkins is going to drive again, and they're going to call a foul on Reynolds.
I like this Viking lineup defensively. This is kind of what I consider our NASCAR package. Probably 5 of the quickest guys we got on the floor at the same time.
It's interesting you say that, Bradley, because you know what is a week from tomorrow?
I know. You're the fan. I am too. Daytona 500.
Daytona 500, baby. Best day of the year. That includes my birthday. It's better than that.
I have to agree. I like it better than your birthday.
I'm sure you do. The ball's out of bounds, and the Vikings will take over. 5-point game. The Vikings were up by 8 early in the first quarter. Ironman came back, settled in, has been a 2-point game at certain points here as Reynolds drives, kicks it over Moeller and Tritipo for 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Campbell. Campbell has the ball for the Ironman. He throws it away. Tried to get it to Jenkins. Jenkins zigged when he thought he was going to zag, and the ball goes out of bounds. With 25.5 seconds left, we'll see the Vikings hold for one shot, 20-15, in what has been a high-scoring affair in the first quarter.
Yes, it has. This is a lineup you don't see on the floor together very often either. You got one starter left on the top. Not that the rest of these kids can't be starters. You got one starter on the floor right now.
That starter being Cobra Sharp. As Reynolds has the ball, 10 seconds left. Sharp's got the ball out top. Jenkins on him. He drives to the rack.
Nice.
Off glass. Too strong, no good. Ball's going to be tipped and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings with 3.3 seconds left. So we've got time for a catch, maybe one pass or one drive, and a shot. 5-point game, 20-15. Vikings lead. They get it in. Tritipo has it. 2 seconds left. Sharp with the 3. Off the back iron, no good. Good look. And the Vikings will end the first quarter up by 5, 20-15. Bradley, that was exciting.
Have you not been entertained?
I've been entertained since the moment I stepped into this gymnasium today. What a day this has been, not only for the varsity kids, but you're talking about the freshman boys teams that got to play earlier today.
Yeah.
Both JV teams that have played, when they play standalone games, this is the biggest crowd they've played in front of all year long today. So a really cool idea between these two communities to be able to put this thing on. And you see, typically on a Saturday night, Bradley, we don't have as big of a crowd as we do on a Friday night game, especially if it's a non-conference game. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
No, this is probably the best it's been in several years here. But I entered the gym at 12:30 today, and I've not left the gym since because it's been good ball all day long. All the girls' games were good. The boys' games were great. It's just been very entertaining, and it's been a lot of the same people in the gym the entire day.
I got here early, for me.
If you say so.
I did. Got to watch the second half of the varsity girls game. Sat right in front of where we're at right now, listened to our great broadcasting crew for the girls this year. Mr. Wright, Mr. Tabern do a great job. I was a little out of sorts, though. I didn't know what to do because it had been the first time I'd ever came in here and just watched and couldn't.
How relaxing is that? It's nice, isn't it?
It was just different. Yeah. We start the second quarter. Brown went up for a shot, got blocked by Jackson, and Tritipo in the corner for 3.
Dangerous man.
Got it!
That is a dangerous man in the corner right there.
And that's not somebody that you see a lot on film. So maybe these teams, out-of-conference teams, I don't know, maybe, I hate to say the word respect, but pay much attention to.
I would have used the same word.
But Tritipo is deadly from 3, especially when he's wide open. 23-15, the Vikings start the second quarter with a 3. Woodard with the ball, gets it over to Campbell. Campbell going to try to drive baseline, no good, kicks it back out. Woodard with the ball, he's going to drive inside on Brown. Looking for help, throws it over into the corner. Simons has the ball, he's going to drive on Sharp from the elbow. Too strong, no good, rebound, Sharp. 7:08 to go, second quarter. Vikings up by 8, Sharp trying to drive. And they're going to call charge, they're going to call block on Ryan Simons. And that'll be the first foul of the quarter.
That call could have went either way.
Could have. Sharp looked a little out of control. Looked like he was going to try to kick it back out before the contact. And they get it into Allman, and the ball is stolen, but stolen back. And Brown has the ball as 2 big bodies hit the floor. And Brown looking for help. Tritipo with the ball now, back out to Brown out top. Brown's going to drive, puts up the shot, no good. And the rebound goes to Simons. He throws it all the way ahead. Davis. Oh, no good. Not sure how that ball didn't fall.
No, it's halfway down.
As Eli Davis should have had a 3 there, and now Sharp takes his turn. That one's too strong, no good. Rebound is tipped and corralled by Jenkins. Under 6:30 to go. Second quarter, Jenkins, turnaround, shot, and he gets the roll. 23-17.
He's strong when he enters the paint, man. He means business.
Hayden Reynolds drives, puts up a floater of his own. This is off the rim, no good. And Jenkins with the rebound. Jenkins having a big game for the Ironmen so far. Woodard takes a three. That one's too strong, no good. Rebound by Sharp. Ironman taking some good looks, just not falling at the moment. Sharp driving, lost the ball, got it back, puts it up off the glass and gets it in. 25-17. We got a timeout by the Ironmen, second of the game.
Kobe Sharp in the right place at the right time tonight. I believe that's his 4th rebound already this evening.
Thank you to Corrine Smith Photography for allowing us to use her photos for our player of the game. Mention seeing this ad to her and she will include a complimentary 8x10 photo. Contact Corrine today to schedule a session at 740-688-9928.
Welcome back to Vikings basketball here on BMG Media. Nathan Lamb alongside my partner Brad Rose, and we've got a whole cast tonight.
We've got all kinds of support tonight, Nathan. We got the man himself.
We got the two bosses sitting right next to us.
We got to watch what we say tonight, Nathan.
Yeah. Hey, at least I brought one of the bosses a water.
That's more than I did.
And last week I brought the other one a pack of gum.
Well.
So, there we go. Starting. Action. Jackson has the ball. We're at 5:40 to go in the second quarter in what has been a really entertaining game. Campbell has the ball for the Ironmen. A lot of pressure by the Vikings, and the ball is knocked free. Corralled by the Ironmen. Jenkins has the ball. He throws it. Nice pass. And off the rim, no good, was Crabtree. And they're going to call a foul.
It's on Ullman, I believe.
Ullman on the rebound. Crabtree, what a pass by Jenkins.
Beautiful pass.
Now, Crabtree, I'll give him credit. He just came in off the bench. Little cold. Just missed that shot.
Probably just not ready for the speed of the game right now.
Simons throws it in. Boston Campbell with the ball. He's got Owen Hire on him. He's going to drive into the paint, kicks it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins drives over Sharp. And that one's no good, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to the Vikings.
They're going to let him play underneath. I like it.
$5:10 to go, second quarter. A little less scoring so far in this quarter than the last. We'll see if things pick up as the Vikings run a weave offense here. Sharp has the ball. Campbell on him. Gets it over to Brown. Brown, deep three from the head. Got it!
Boom.
From the Vikings swoosh. Garrett Brown with another three, and it's 28-17. The Vikings with the largest lead of the night. He rose up and sent it 3 rows deep.
The big man says, get out of here with that.
Wow.
Daddy. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Big Daddy got the hops, baby. He learned that from Chip. Woo. Most exciting play I think I've seen all year, and that says something with the Moeller dunk. Haven't seen a block like that in a long time.
No.
You just heard the thud. All right, back to action. Jenkins, deep three. No good, too strong. Picked up by Sharp. Vikings up by 11. Sharp drives, looking for help, gets it in. Inside, Owen Hire, off glass, no good. Rebound tipped up, tipped again, tipped a third time. Comes down into the hands of Sharp. Sharp to Hire. Brown has it out top. Looks like the Vikings are trying to throw it inside to Ullman.
Yeah, he's wanting it.
He's got it. Nice pass.
Nice flash.
Shot off the glass and in. 30-17, Vikings up by 13.
Nice call by Ullman there. He set that play up.
Under 4 minutes to play, 3:50 to go. Ironman with the ball is Wolford. Wolford gets it over to Campbell. Campbell into the corner. Back out. Wolford has the ball with Sharp guarding him. Gets it over to Woodard, back to Simons in the corner. He's going to drive on Hire. And nowhere to go. He gets the ball back to Wolford. His shot up, in and out, no good. Rebound. is picked up by the Ironman. And Woodard puts in the nice short jumper. So make it an 11-point game, 30-19.
Tell you what, the flow right now kind of dictates the Vikings game. That's what they're wanting to do, is go push the ball fast and play good defense.
What a shot by Brown. How many times we've seen him hang in the air like that in the paint.
For a big man, the body control is immaculate.
32-19, we're under 3 to play in the second quarter, 2:50 left. Jackson's Wolford with the ball. Ball is tipped. Nice pickup by Wolford. Gets it, saves it.
Ooh.
And Jenkins runs into a brick wall. You got any commentary for me there, Brad?
I have nothing to say to that. I mean, Ashton was just kind of playing. He didn't know he was there. It happens.
It's unfortunate that there's a foul called on Allman. What do you do?
I don't know. He wasn't moving.
No, all right. So the Ironman will take it out. Only the third foul of the quarter so far. Pretty. I don't want to say clean game, but it's been
as quick paced as this is, and the ball kind of being loose on occasion.
Right. Yeah.
You're really surprised there aren't more fouls called.
32-19, 2:39 to go. Jenkins throws it in. Campbell. He's got the ball out top. And the only senior on the team for Jackson. Jenkins with the ball. He puts up a floater. Nice shot. That's 2 in a row.
Beautiful
from inside by Jenkins. Jenkins, a sophomore. Brad, there's a ton of sophomores on this team. This team is going to be.
Half the roster's a sophomore.
This team is going to be one to reckon with in years to come, as there's a nice block.
Nice follow by Sean Boyd.
By Campbell, and he's going to come down with the rebound. And you talk about that physical play there. 32-21, Vikings up by 11. Jenkins drives, puts it up off glass over Ian Muller,
nice
and scores.
Finish.
And it's a 9-point game under 2 to play in the second quarter. Reynolds with the ball. He's going to cut to the basket. Looking for help, gets it to Hire. Hire loses the ball. Still loose, kicks it back out. And over. Reynolds thought about a 3. He drives, puts up the floater, no good, that's short.
Finish.
Rebound comes down to Jenkins. And the Ironman will have the ball. Boston Campbell with it. 9-point game all of a sudden, Brad.
Yeah, Ironman starting to chip away at it right here.
And it's been Mr. Jenkins doing the chipping. He drives inside, puts up another shot, and that's 6 points straight for Jenkins.
He gets inside the paint. His touch, he's lethal.
(32-25). We're back to 7 points. Sharp has the ball. He drives on Campbell. Spin, step back.
Nice.
Hits the shot of his own from the paint, 34-25.
Difficult to defend that shot.
And we've got a timeout by the Vikings. This is going to be the 32nd timeout. And we'll be right back after this message. Welcome back to Vinton County High School. BMG Media's live coverage of Vikings basketball. Got a pretty good one here tonight. Nathan Lamb alongside Brad Rose. 55 seconds left in the first half. The Vikings lead by 9, 34-25. Ironman have the ball. And they get it in. Wolford has the ball. He takes it all the way down, and he trips and falls. They're going to call a foul. See if it is on Embry. They're going to call a foul on Embry. It looked like both players tripped over each other's feet.
Yeah, walking around a little gingerly there.
Third foul on the Vikings this quarter as the Ironmen get it into Campbell. Crabtree, sorry. Simons has the ball, gets it over to Campbell this time. He's trying to find his way inside the paint. Can't. Gets it back out to Crabtree. Crabtree tries, gets it back out to Campbell. Campbell's going to drive on higher. Puts up a shot. Too strong. No good. Rebound Sharp. 27 seconds left.
Numbers.
Ahead to Brown. Brown off glass and in. 36-25. 20 seconds left. Simons has the ball for the Ironman.
That calmness of Garrett Brown. He's able to finish. No pressure on him.
10 seconds left. Ironman going to hold for one. Ryan Simons has the ball. Kicks it back out. Boston Campbell for three. Looks good. No good. Rebound. 1 second left. Sharp. Deep. Three. Buzzer. Almost went in.
Why is it Cobra Sharp always has last second shot? Every time he gets the opportunity for the last throw.
I don't know, Brad, but we've got a 36-25 ball game at the half. What has been an exciting game thus far. The Vikings got out to a big lead early on. The Ironman chipped away. The Vikings got it back out to double digits in the second quarter, and the Ironman chipped right back away, Brad. Biggest takeaway from the first half tonight, in your opinion, in this 11-point ball game that seems much tighter than that?
Well, the Jenkins kid is just amazing. I mean, what he's been able to do for this team, and also Campbell, I'm really impressed with his play. But right now, I think the Vikings defense has been kind of the difference in the ball game so far. And I really like the fast pace of the game. That dictates what we want to do.
All right, so we want to switch gears here for just a second. Got a little bit of breaking news, Brad.
Hit me with it.
The Vinton County girls bowling team clinches their, and this is a new team, by the way. They've only been in existence for a few years.
But how impressive is that?
That's pretty good. You don't, which we haven't even said it yet, so the people out there not listening, but you don't see a rise to the top this quickly in a new sport. So the Vinton County girls bowling team clinches their spot in a championship game. The Vinton County girls bowling team has bowled their way to the spotlight once again with determination, skill, and teamwork. They secured a spot in the championship game for the First Capital Conference League for the 23-24 season. They're currently 10-1 in league standings and 11-1 in non-league competition. Their impressive performance on the lanes has propelled them to this exciting moment, and their dedication to excellence has not gone unnoticed. From precision strikes to clutch spares, this team has showcased their talent and unity every step of the way. Members of the varsity team are seniors Emma Davidson, Riley McNichols. Juniors on the varsity team are Jessica Wells and Olivia Schroeder. There is one sophomore on the varsity team, Mallory Bledsoe, and she's done a fantastic job leading the team in total pin counts through the season. So let's rally behind this remarkable Lady Vikings bowler team as they prepare to roll into the championship game with their heads high and their eyes on victory on February 17th at the Leala Lanes at 1 o'clock. That's in Wellston. Winning this match would give them the opportunity to be the outright champions, but guaranteed to be co-champions even with a loss. Congratulations to the Vinton County girls bowling team on this well-deserved achievement, and best of luck to finish the season with a win. And with that said, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors, and we will be back with second half action here on BMG Media. The Vikings lead 36-25. We'll see you on the other side.
True fans know that success in basketball is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Lockhart Insurance Agency. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your home, auto, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual. Are you in the market for a reliable and affordable used car? Look no further than Wheels and Deals, your trusted used car lot right here in Pomeroy, Ohio. Located at 308 East Main Street, Wheels and Deals is your one-stop destination for quality pre-owned vehicles. We've got a wide selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and more, all waiting for you to take them for a spin. At Wheels and Deals, we understand that finding the perfect vehicle can be challenging. That's why our friendly and knowledgeable staff is here to help you every step of the way. We'll listen to your needs and budget to find the right car at the right price. So don't hesitate and contact us today at 740-992-4443 or visit us online at www.wheelsanddeals1.com. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Lockhart Insurance. Buckeye Construction and Restoration, SF Restoration, Steel Isle Construction, Strickland Sales, McWilliams Funeral, the Patio Grubs and Suds, Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce, DDF Seamless Gutters, Precision One Masonry, Spring Street Sports, and Corrine Smith Photography.
Welcome back to Vinton County High School. BMG Media's live coverage of Vikings basketball. 36-25, the Vikings lead. Got a couple minutes to go before second half action, Brad, and talked a little bit about it in the pregame. Obviously, the 50th meeting all-time between, or 51st, I apologize, all-time between these two tonight. Series is deadlocked at 25. Today's four-game matchup is tied up at 2-2. So something's got to give in this one. But the first game ever between Vinton County and Jackson. Now, that was in the inaugural year of Vinton County High School, so 66-67. This game was at the end of the season, near the end of the season. February is actually in the postseason, Brad. February 26th.
Playoff game.
Yes. The Vikings in the sectional matchup. And back then, I believe there may have only been two divisions in basketball. I don't know. I don't know when they expanded, but
It's a couple years before my time, Nathan, so I couldn't verify or deny that.
So anyway, the first game was actually the second round of the sectional tournament. And my question for you, Brad, is who won the game and where was it located?
I'm going to say that Vinton County won the game, and it was probably played, I'm going to guess it was played in Wellston.
All right, so you're half right. The Vikings won that first ever matchup against the Jackson Ironmen, 65-64. And the game was at Oak Hill High School. That was where the sectional tournament was hosted then. You want to ask me any questions about that game, Brad, that you think I might not know?
I'm going to ask you the leading scorer was.
Leading scorer in that basketball game. You think I don't know the answer to that?
I don't think you know the answer.
The answer to that is Keith Prater. He scored 22 points that night for the Vikings in a 65-64 win. Frank Patton had 17 points for the Vikings that night. Dennis Gregory added 16. Jake Coleman had 6. And Rick Calvin finished the scoring with 4.
That's a lot of familiar names right there. That's a lot of history.
Vinton County went on to beat Wellston for the sectional championship the very next night by a point, and then lost to Miami Trace in the district tournament. Guess where that game was played at?
In Vinton County.
No, it was a district tournament game.
Okay.
They played it at the OU's Grover Center. That was before the Convocation Center was built.
The Grover Center.
So we're talking big mad history as Jenkins starts out the second half, just like he finished the first half, on fire with a 3, and we've got an 8-point game. Just to finish that up, the 1966-67 Vikings basketball team, as Allman puts in a shot of his own. They went on to finish 18-4 that season, Brad. That record stood for 37 years. We talked about prior to the game, they celebrated the 03-04, sorry. The 03-04 team, that was the team that broke that 18-game winning margin in a season with 20. They finished 20-4. So it kind of came full circle tonight. The Vikings playing that Jackson, here at home, trying to see who's going to nudge their way ahead in the all-time series schedule, but also, that there's a lot of history between Jackson and Vinton County in terms of basketball. Again, the Vikings beat the Ironmen in 67 to launch them into the sectional championship game where they won, and then they went on and played over at the Grover Center. And that, I believe, has been long torn down, right?
Yeah. Yes.
In Athens?
I think it was still around in the 90s, but I don't believe it's standing any longer.
Yes. So how fitting to honor that team tonight as we play the Jackson Ironmen and that great team from the first year that went on to win that sectional championship in year number 1, and how incredible that must have been to have the success that they did, Brad. And here's something we talked about a little bit during football season and also during basketball season this year. We have never won in Vinton County. We've never won a TVC Ohio or TVC championship in football and in basketball in the same season. But, and we failed to recognize this, we have won a conference championship in football and basketball in the same season, and that just happened to be that team in 1966-67. The football team won the MOVC conference championship, and the basketball team won the MOVC basketball championship. So football, basketball in the Mid-Ohio Valley Conference was won by Vinton County. Now, to be fair, that was MacArthur's conference. We consolidated and just played that season because those games were already scheduled under the MacArthur schedule. So we were a lot bigger than a lot of those other teams, and that's why we left the conference after the inaugural year to become independent before starting the TVC Ohio or TVC 2 years later. But it has been done. Never in the TVC as Sharp goes up off glass. What a shot! Up and under by Sharp, and it's 41-28 as we get back to basketball action, and we put down the history books. I knew you'd like all the scores from that.
I did, and you knew I'd probably go after that.
I knew
first.
you would ask.
You know, that's mine.
Either who the starting 5 is or who scored what.
Yes.
As Brown puts up a shot around the rim, no good. And Jenkins, Mr. Do Everything for the Ironman, has the ball. He drives inside, kicks it back out, and it's lost out of bounds through the hands of Woodard.
Sean Bourne was absolutely all over him.
Sharps got the ball for the Vikings. 13-point game. We are at 6:15 to go third quarter. Ullman has the ball. Kicks it over to Higher to Sharp. Sharp drives, kicks it into the corner. Brown for three. Got
Boom.
it! What a shot. Garrett Brown doing his thing, scoring those points. 44-28 now. The Vikings starting to pull away.
If you're the Vikings, that's the way you want to open up this second half.
And there's a shot from Simons. He hits.
Ends the run.
44-30, 14 points. Brown has it. Tries another three. This one's off the side of the rim, no good. Ball is hauled in by Campbell. Campbell to Jenkins. Jenkins drives, and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Try to put two more on the board. And Jenkins, a sophomore. Woodard, a sophomore. Simons, a sophomore.
Over half of the roster is sophomores.
We've seen Crabtree out there, freshman. It's
no juniors.
no juniors. There's
a senior.
You've got a senior, a sophomore, and freshman.
That's it.
So this
team is going to be good for a while.
This team is going to be exceptional over the next couple of years as free throws are good. 44-32, 12-point game. Ironman trying to inch back in. And the Vikings have been up by double digits 3 times this game, and both previous 2 times the Ironmen were able to take it back into under 10 as Sharp from the corner. That shot's no good. Rebound is tipped up and corralled by the Ironmen. Campbell gets it out to Jenkins. Jenkins drives, tries to do something. No foul. No travel, no foul, and we'll start over. Interesting. Wolford with the ball. Gets it into the corner for 3. No good by Jenkins.
Rebound
by Bodie Wolford. He goes up strong, and he'll go to the line. Second foul of the half and of the quarter for the Vikings. They can pull to within 10 here with 2 free throws by Bodie Wolford.
Big rebound there, down low against 2 of the bigs from the Vinton County.
First shot up and in. 44-33. Ironman trail by 11. Second shot up and in. And Brad, this quarter has been kind of quiet in this gymnasium.
Well, you only got so much energy, and you've used a lot of it here in the first half, so I'm sure it'll ramp back up here.
And some of these people have been here all day. Brown's going to drive. Looking for help, gets it back out to Sharp. Sharp with Wolford on him. He drives. Step shot up and in. 46-34. So it's back to 12. 4:10 to go third quarter. Ironman need to make a run. And slips. And down to the ground goes Woodard. Or Simons, sorry.
Small mental mistakes killing the Ironman right now.
Simons will head over to the bench.
Carowin, one of the elders, a sophomore.
Allman's got the ball for the Vikings. He goes up, left hand, gets the
Nice.
roll.
Nice touch there, Mr. Big Man.
14 points now. Campbell with the ball. He drives on higher, puts up a shot, gets it to fall, but they call travel.
Woo.
They say travel. Coaching staff not happy about that call.
Through the Ironman here, I think what you need before the end of this quarter is to get it below double digits. Just get it into the single digits. you've got a chance.
Vikings running that weave offense. There's a three by Hembry.
Oh,
in and out. Tried to get his second of the night. And Allman gets the rebound, goes back up, and is blocked by Jenkins.
Student sections, both of them rough on these players tonight.
That's their job, right?
It is.
Jenkins with the ball, drives all the way to the rack, off front and the rim, no good. Rebound is picked up by Ashton Allman, and he'll get it to Hire. Brown's got it. We're nearing 3 minutes. He bulldozes over two men. He wanted the shooting foul, but they call a foul on the floor. Only the second foul on the Ironman this quarter. Talked about bowling at halftime, Brad.
Yeah.
Our producers are...
They put the ixnay on that one, didn't they?
Yeah, well, you know, not every joke can be a good joke. Dale Earnhardt didn't win every race, but he was still the GOAT, right?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Owen Hire, speaking of GOAT, flies through the rim and hits it for two.
Hire is the little engine that drives this team.
Well, and Hire's wearing the greatest number of all time, Brad.
He is.
Number 3. We got a timeout by the Ironmen, 50-34. Vikings up by 16.
Are you in the market for a reliable and affordable used car? Look no further than Wheels and Deals, your trusted used car lot right here in Pomeroy, Ohio. Located at 308 East Main Street, Wheels and Deals is your one-stop destination for quality pre-owned vehicles. We've got a wide selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and more, all waiting for you to take them for a spin. At Wheels and Deals, we understand that finding the perfect vehicle can be challenging. That's why our friendly and knowledgeable staff is here to help you every step of the way. We'll listen to your needs and budget to find the right car at the right price. So don't hesitate and contact us today at 740-992-4443 or visit us online at www.wheelsanddeals1.com.
Welcome back to Vinton County High School BMG Media's coverage of Vikings basketball. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Vikings up 50-34. Ironman coming off a timeout. They need some points.
They do. If you're the Ironman here, you need a couple of stops and a couple of quick buckets, and you're still in this game.
Again, this is a game you're going to see first round of the tournament down in Jackson. So it'll only be, as there's a shot blocked by Reynolds. Swatted.
Way to climb the ladder, Hayden.
Watch out, camera guys. Wolford went for the layup, and the ball just left via Hayden Reynolds. It's always good to see some of the smaller guys get nice swats like that.
Oh, yeah.
Campbell, he drives inside, goes up over Reynolds. Says, I see your block, and I'll draw a foul and put one in on you. 50-36, 14-point game.
Campbell looks like he's ready to step onto a football field right now. He just don a helmet and walk out and start playing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Free throw is in. And it's 13, Brad. Talked about trying to get it under 10. The end of the quarter, Sharp, he drives all the way into the paint. Kicks it back out, stolen by Wolford. Wolford drives. And now, Hayden Reynolds with the steal. No-look pass. Sharp gets it in to Moeller. His shot is up. No good, but he'll draw the foul.
Another step in, and Moeller might have thought about it there.
Maybe. Didn't quite have the handle on the ball. He'll go to the line for two. 2:10 to go, third quarter. Only 3 fouls apiece for each team.
Still a pretty clean game.
First shot's no good by Moeller, and it's kind of a vast difference from the last time we called a game, Brad, as there were so many fouls called, they quit putting them up on the board.
Yeah, if you're familiar with P. Floyd, he did his napkin stats, and he was pretty amazed at the amount of fouls that were called. That he was really amazed at how many fouls weren't called.
And there's ball's out of bounds, going to stay or go back to the Jackson Ironmen. We're nearing 2 minutes in the third. Jackson down 13. They need some points.
Well, they've gotten a couple of stops. They just got to get a couple of buckets now.
Oh, and they throw it inside Wolford, and he is upended, hits the ground, and they're going to call a foul on Reynolds. So that'll be 4. Next foul on the Vikings will put the Ironmen at the line for 2. We're under 2, 1:55 to play, third quarter. And now Wolford will come out. And Simon's back in the game. That's a good sign for the Ironmen, as he left earlier, a little bit of an ankle tweak. He looks just fine now. Jenkins throws it in. Moeller with the tip, but it's corralled by Crabtree. Jenkins thought about a 3. Thought about it again. He'll take it. No good. Rebound by Heyer. And finally a foul's called on Crabtree. Very physical on these rebounds.
Definitely physical.
You are earning every single rebound tonight, Bradley.
You are.
Coach Kite's got to wipe the ball off. A little bit of
let's put it
perspiration on.
Put it right on the old shirt. It'll be all right.
Well, I'm sure Coach's shirt's not wet. Sure, he's not sweating over there, right?
He may be sweating a little bit.
He's wearing all black, and it's like 7,800 degrees in here.
It is warm in the gym tonight.
So I would say he's either really got good deodorant or he's warm-blooded. I don't know. There's a shot by Heyer. No good. Rebound by Crabtree. Gets it over to Simons. Saves it. Under a minute and a half to play, third quarter. Wolford took a shot there. That was Campbell who took a shot there. No good. Sharp with the ball. He drives in. Simons on defense. Loses the ball. Kicks it back out. Brown going to try a 3. In and out. No good. Rebound. Would have been Embry or Moeller, but they ran into each other.
Multiple
ball
shots.
Goes out of bounds.
Multiple shots down this end. In and out tonight, Nathan.
Both sides.
Yeah, both sides.
Minute 9 seconds. Jackson with the ball. Simons has it. Embry will pick him up at half court. Simons has the ball. Kicks it back out. There's a 3. Carroll no good. Rebound Brown. We're under a minute. 52 seconds left. Vikings lead by 13. Brown back to Embry. Embry drives. Looks for Sharp. Finds Sharp. Inside. Throws it up. No good. And we got a foul called on Moeller.
To the line.
On the reach, and that'll put the Ironman to the line as Simons will shoot 2. With 40 seconds left, he'll try to cut into the lead and trim it to 11.
Yeah, this is the way to do it. You want to be scoring points while the clock stops.
So, Brad, the last time the Ironmen were in MacArthur for a basketball game, varsity boys basketball game, I was on the call 2 years ago with Mr. Griffith.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a buzzer beater winner.
It was. It was Eli.
Eli Radaball. 5 seconds left. Drove the length of the court.
And laid
put a
it
floater
in.
up and hit it. So if that's any, could be a precursor of what we could see if the Ironmen can cut into the lead here.
Do you know who was sitting on the sidelines that night and when he hit the shot, stormed the court?
I do.
That man right there with the ball right now.
Yes.
Mr. Garrett Brown.
Him and his friend from the South.
Yeah.
That would have been Kyan Irving. They enjoyed it.
They did.
I did as well. Not going to lie.
It was a great call.
Ball's over. 2 seconds left. Brown, deep three, no good. Allman tried to tip it in. Did about as good a job as you could have with the time running out. 50-37, the Vikings lead by 13 with 8 minutes left. Brad, we've seen the Ironmen claw back in a couple different times in this game. What do they got to do in the fourth quarter? It's now or never.
Oh, you just got to continue doing what you're doing defensively. And then down on the other end, I think you slow the flow down just a little bit. You want to slow this game down a little bit offensively, but defensively, keep doing what you've been doing. It's working.
All right, so we've got 8 minutes left in the ball game. Before we start fourth quarter action, we're going to pause and hear from our sponsors.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Lockard Insurance, Buckeye Construction and Restoration, SF Restoration, Steel Isle Construction, Strickland Sales, McWilliams Funeral, the Patio Grubs and Suds, Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce, DDF Seamless Gutters, Precision One Masonry, Spring Street Sports, and Corrine Smith Photography.
Welcome back to Vinton County High School. BMG Media's coverage of Vikings basketball. This nightcap of a doubleheader, nightcap of a 5-game parlay today.
I mean, what else can you pay $5 and come in and watch 5 games?
Man, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Nowhere. Jackson's got the ball. Start fourth quarter action. Jenkins with the ball. Again, you kind of saw Jenkins step away from that scoring in the third quarter, and that kind of allowed the Vikings to increase that lead a little bit. Jenkins is going to need to step up here, or someone else. As the ball's tipped out of bounds, it'll stay with Vikings. Now, we've heard, me personally, I've watched some Ironman basketball via the stream. I've listened to a lot of their games on the radio. You hear names like Boston Campbell. I think he had a big night last night against Logan. Not nice pass by Sharp. Sean Bourne lays it in. What a pass.
Made it look easy for Parker.
But you hear about players like Boston Campbell, the only senior on the team who has the ball right now, kicks it back out. Can he get the assist to Wolford? Shot's no good. So we'll see if Campbell can step up in the fourth quarter and put this team on his back, as Jenkins has done his fair share tonight. Brown's got it out top, kicks it over to Sean Bourne. Can he make it 2 for 2? He does. 4 straight points for Parker. Sean Bourne, 54-37. And the lead is back to 17. Largest of the night for the Vikings. And if you're Jackson, the flow on the offense just hasn't quite been there consistently enough tonight. They're going to need to find something here, as Sean Bourne's going to try to make it 6 straight. He kicks it out. Sharp for 3. And he'll say, 4's enough. I'll give 3 to Sharp. Give me the assist. We got a timeout by the Ironmen. 57-37, a 20-point game. We're going to take a second here and listen to a word from our sponsors.
True fans know that success in basketball is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Lockard Insurance Agency. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your home, auto, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual. True.
Welcome back to Vinton County High School. Vikings starting the fourth quarter in a dominating way, Brad. We've seen this many times this year. This Viking team starts out slow. They didn't really start out slow tonight, but they really have stepped it up in the second half.
Yeah, they've really ratcheted up the intensity here in the second half. Not a letdown yet so far.
Right, and again, don't let this fool you, because the Vikings have to travel to Jackson for the first round of the tournament. Jackson earned the 7 seed. The Vikings earned the 10 seed. They will be on the road, as there is a 3 by Woodard. And that was a much-needed 3. 57-40 now. Vikings lead 17. But this Jackson team has put together a very, very nice season in the FAC. We know a lot about how difficult the FAC opponents are, as we've faced the majority of them this year and struggled. To be frank, we've struggled against all of them at times, having only picked up one win as the Vikings score there. Yeah, that one win just happened to find us down by 22 in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we were deep in that game.
Nice move by Woodard. He's got 5 straight points, 59-42. So, again, that game in Jackson, it's going to look completely different because both teams are going to be rested. The Ironmen aren't going to be coming off of a game the night before.
Back-to-backs.
They're going to be at home. You know the crowd's going to be crazy down there. As Sharp puts it off glass. Wow! I can't believe it.
Cobra looking sharp right now.
Oh, you got the approval from the producers on that one, Brad, but I don't
do much right, but I did that one.
Jeez. 61-40. I can't believe. I'm telling you, man, that's the stuff you see in college.
Well, he's definitely playing at elite level tonight. His body control and inside, being able to do those things in amongst the trees. I mean, that's sharp right there.
Sharp's got it. Going to drive inside again this time.
Feeling it.
Spins backwards, takes the fadeaway, no good. Rebound to the Ironman. Carroll has the ball. He's going to take a long two. This one's no good. Rebound by Heyer. We're under 5 minutes to play. Vikings tried to get it into Allman, and it's knocked out of bounds by Woodard. And you're seeing Woodard pick up the pace here in the fourth quarter. Got a couple nice buckets and some good defensive plays. But again, as we were talking about the tournament game, Brad, it's going to be completely different. The Vikings may come away with this a 21-point win tonight, but going down to Jackson in a win-or-go-home mentality with a team that you've already faced, so you're going to have a lot of film to study. It's going to be completely different, and they're going to have to come down to Jackson and play their best game of the year to come away with a win.
Absolutely. If you're Jackson, you're going to walk away from this and look at it and say, listen, we know what we did wrong. We know how to improve on those things. And they'll be 100% ready for us come tournament time.
Right. And for Jackson, this is, it doesn't matter in terms of league play. It doesn't matter in terms of seeding. This is an exhibition game for the Ironmen right now. So all they're doing right now is trying to feel out what the Vikings do, get some things to work on, some things to study, some things that went right, some things that went wrong, try to learn some tendencies. And you're going to see a completely different game down in Jackson. And you talk about the crowd here being standing room only. Their gym's a little bigger than ours, especially on the home side. You're going to see one heck of a crowd down there and one heck of an atmosphere.
Well, you will. Everybody from down there is going to come out to the game, and you know we always travel well.
And the Vikings come down with the rebound. Reynolds has the ball, kicks it over to Heyer. Heyer back to Reynolds. Reynolds, spin move, puts up the shot. In and out, no good. They say he traveled. Whew. They call it travel.
It sure did look pretty.
You only get away with that in the NBA, Brad. Simons has the ball for the Ironmen. Kicks it over to Carroll. Carroll to Jenkins. Jenkins drives. Dishes into the corner. Woodard for three. Too strong, no good. And they're going to call a foul on Heyer as the ball would have been to the Vikings as it went out of bounds. So that's the first foul in the fourth quarter for the Vikings. Fouls tied one apiece right now. Allman takes a seat. Ian Moeller back in the game. Simons throws it in. Woodard has the ball, kicks it back out. Simons from the corner. Got it!
Nice
That's
shot.
A three. 63-45, 4 minutes left. Ironmen need to make a run right now. Reynolds with the ball. Between the legs. On Simons. And that could have been a travel, but no call.
I definitely would have called that one.
Henry with the ball now, gets it to Heyer. Heyer, back out, Reynolds. If the Vikings waste some clock here, and they should. Up by 18. Reynolds has the ball. The ball is going to be poked away, but a foul will be called on Charlie Woodard. So that's 2 for the Ironmen in this quarter. It'll also be interesting, Brad, in that tournament game, how officially it is called. Tonight, they've let them play quite a bit tonight. I think more than what we've seen the average of the year. Been a couple exceptions to that. Heyer kicks it over Hembry. Inside, Moeller up, no good. He'll draw a foul on Crabtree, the freshman.
Well, you
He'll
talk
go to the
about
line.
that. What favors what team? You know, is it letting them play? Does that favor Vinton County? Does that favor Jackson? If it's a little bit closer called game, does that favor Jackson?
Well, here's the thing, Brad, and I looked at this earlier today.
All right, playing.
Okay. So I looked at this earlier today, Brad, as it's 63-45. The Vikings, when they score 63 or more, they're undefeated. So I think a slower pace physical game favors the Ironmen more than it does the Vikings.
Well, we're going to see.
Jenkins inside, up, no good. Rebound to the Ironmen. And up is Woodard for 2. You guys, you just about saw the Swami. You still may. Sire has the ball. And inside, up no good, was Schonborn looking for his 6th point tonight. 64-47, 2:42 to go, fourth quarter. I think some of the Jackson faithful may be a little bored, Brad.
Well,
what do you think?
I would be. If I was a kid, anyways.
Yeah. Jackson with the ball. Simons, nice move inside, but blocked by Moeller. Got him with the fingertips. Hayden Reynolds tried the no-look pass to Hembry, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings, 64-47. 2:19 to go, fourth quarter. The Vikings looking to pick up another non-conference win at home. Vikings looking to move to 15-5 on the season. Simons up off glass
Nice
in. He'll
finish.
draw the foul. 49 points for the Ironmen now, 64-49. 2:06 to go. That's the third foul for the Vikings this quarter. And the Vikings averaging 66 points a game, Brad. It looks like they're going to finish either right at that mark or just ahead. The Ironmen, 56 points is their average, and it's looking pretty close to average tonight,
I'm sure they'll
Bradley.
push towards that.
Free throw's no good, so it'll be 2 for Simons. Hembry with the ball for the Vikings. We're under 2 minutes to play. Reynolds has it. Nice behind-the-back move. Hembry in the corner for 3. Got it! That's 2 tonight.
2 of them, Mr.
He lets you
Hembry.
know with the 2.
Yeah.
Woodard with the ball. He drives on higher. Puts it up. Floater is good.
Athletic move there.
67-51. Under a minute and a half to go. Tridipo with the ball for the Vikings. Gets it to higher. They're running the we. Reynolds has it. And the ball nearly stolen. It is stolen. Jenkins has the ball. And he gets it stolen back by Hayden Reynolds. And the ball's slapped away and stolen again by the Iron.
Well.
And into the corner for 3. Off the rim, no good. That was Woodard. But a rebound comes to Crabtree. Back to Woodard. Back to Simons. Reynolds on him. We're 50 seconds left. Simons from the elbow. No good. The ball goes out of bounds. With 46.6 seconds left, the Vikings will have the ball. And Brad, the student section for the Vikings chanted overrated earlier.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but
The Ironmen, again, ranked 7th in Division II in the Southeast District. The Vikings 10th. And what we looked at, throughout the course of the season is two fairly even teams. Again, the Ironmen play what I would say is a very much tougher
schedule,
conference.
Yeah.
And the Vikings, again, they've beaten everybody that they should have beaten. And their only losses on the season have been to really great teams by very few points. So looks like this one's going to be dribbled out. As Twittipo has the ball, we're under 20 seconds left. And the crowd is showing their applause for what has been a fantastic day of high school basketball, from freshmen to JV, girls, boys. We've seen a little bit of everything today, and that's it. That's the final, 67-51.
Couldn't
The
ask
Vikings
for
win.
a better day for basketball. I mean, it was a great day. A lot of nice, tight games. Well officiated. Nothing to complain about there. Just overall, if you're a basketball fan, a high school basketball fan, today was the day, and you should have been here watching this.
Yeah, not many people weren't, I'm afraid. It was a pretty big crowd.
It was.
Tonight. So, the Vikings win 67-51. So the Vikings move to 15-5. Jackson falls to 15-6. And 7-3 on the road. The Vikings will finish their homestand of this season 10-3 from the friendly confines.
Not too shabby.
The only losses this season were to the 4-point loss to Chillicothe earlier in the season, and then the Federal Hawking game, which was very intense.
It was
matchup.
till late, yeah.
And the Marietta Tigers last week, who, by the way, finished first in Division II Southeast District. So they will be the number 1 seed heading into the tournament. The Washington team that the Vikings faced last week will be the 3rd place team in the tournament. Again, Jackson with the 7th seed. Meigs with the 8th seed. So Meigs will host Fairfield Union in their first round game, and that's a team that we're going to see next week when we play Meigs
Tuesday night.
And then we finish next Friday. Our BMG crew down at Wellston will have the Vikings and the Rockets. Yeah, so that'll be the final regular season game here on BMG Media between all of our channels, Brad, we talked a little bit about that when Wellston came up here and we called that game. You look at what happened last year down there, we don't need a repeat of that.
No, but that was probably one of the funnest games I've ever been in attendance for.
Yeah.
It was competitive all the way to the end. Just 1 minute you think there's no way this game's going to go to another overtime, and they would do something amazing. So,
all right. So again, the Vikings will play next Tuesday at Meigs, and then next Friday we'll cover that game at Wellston. Again, our
that Meigs game will pretty much decide the TVC.
It will decide at least half of the TVC. If the Vikings lose the game, they must win at Wellston to win a share. If the Vikings win the game, then yes, it will decide the TVC. So you're right. So that'll be a big one. But still, Wellston, I'm sure, would love nothing more than to upset a perfect season. You know, the SVC gives a gold ball if you win all the games in the conference. Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily do that in the TVC, but if you're Wellston, you want nothing more than to spoil and put that one in the loss column of the champion, albeit, you know, whoever it may be, whether it be any of the other teams, but especially if it's Vinton County, you want to be that team that knocked them off in league play. So we will have that for you next Friday. Be on the lookout for that. Tournament play, we're still figuring out tournaments to this point. We're going to do... Yeah, so we're going to try to cover everything through the sectionals and the districts. Now, last year we did Division III sectional and district play, obviously finishing at the Convocation Center in Athens. There was so many good games last year for that tournament. So, again, we will have that for you coming up later towards the end of this month and into March. And, there's nothing quite like tournament basketball in high school. It is something else. It's just great to watch. It's great to call, regardless of who's out there playing. But hopefully the Vikings can make a run, or the Ironmen, or the Rockets, or someone out of the TVC Ohio or near to this location can make a run.
Once you get to tournament time, we're rooting for all the local schools.
Right, and really, I mean, you look at Meigs last week, they barely beat Alexander, a team that didn't pick up their first win until 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So anything can happen come tournament time. You just need someone or a couple people to get hot at the right time, which is why, again, next the first round of the tournament, when you go to Jackson, I would be shocked if it's a 67-51 ball game. I expect for it to be much closer than that. So that's going to do it for us tonight this season here at home on BMG Media for Vinton County. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. We appreciate all our sponsors and all the help that we've gotten along the way this year. We greatly appreciate it. We've got Coach coming up right now, so we're actually going to take a moment and speak with him before we wrap things up. As we've got Coach Kite joining us. Coach, you won another game.
Yeah.
67-51, Coach. This was a great day of high school basketball.
It was. Absolutely was.
It's even better that we got the edge 3-2 in victories today. And we kind of won the JV game, but when you look at this Jackson team, what you're going to see next year is the same exact team.
Same team, minus number 14.
Minus one. So, Campbell is going to graduate and move on. But what a game tonight we saw. Atmosphere, got to be the best we've seen all season.
Awesome. I mean, this is my second year as the coach. This is by far the best atmosphere. I wish our kids could play in front of this every night.
Yeah. So 67-51, you guys got out to an early lead. Something that you kind of haven't been doing lately.
Not at all.
But you still managed to finish strong in that third quarter. Early fourth quarter, you really took control of the game.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple big games next week. We travel to Meigs, and we travel down to Wellston. We all know what happened down there last year.
Sure.
We all know how good Meigs is.
Absolutely.
It's a team that battled Jackson last Tuesday. I think it was a 12-point game, but Meigs actually had the lead.
Had a 5-point lead at halftime.
So what do you got to do when you take away from this game? And again, before we talk about that, let's talk about this one. This was another really good Division II team that you guys faced this year.
Right.
And, you dropped a close one to Marietta. You dropped a close one to Washington. You dropped a close game to a powerhouse at South Webster on the road. You dropped a close game to a powerhouse Fed Hawk at home. Fully healthy Fed Hawk, by the way.
Yeah.
Their record's a little skewed because of their injuries that they battled this year. But you got 2,000-point scorers on the same team in the same class. I mean, come on. You're going to be solid. But you've lost these big games by just 2 or 3 buckets each.
Right.
Tonight was a big test, I think, for the people out there watching. They kind of wanted to see how this one would go because this is another really good team. They're ranked 7th in D2, and you were able to come out tonight and control this one from start to finish.
Yeah, I thought our guys answered the bell. We haven't done that like you said. Or the first quarter hadn't been real friendly to us lately, and I was just preaching in there that before the game, we've got to have a better start. We tweaked warm ups a little bit to see if that did something. I don't know if that was the key or what happened, but no, our guys came out. I think we fed off the crowd a little bit. I think the atmosphere was just fantastic. I could have gone for about 20 less degrees in here. I'm sweating.
warm tonight.
My goodness, but no, they played. Obviously, there's some good we can take away from this. There's a lot of good we can take away from this, but we're gonna play this team again in the tournament.
Yeah,
I mean that's not official, but that's happening.
Yeah.
So they played last night. We didn't play last night. That's obviously a little advantage our way. We're going to play at their place next time. We played here tonight. They're going to be hungry. They're going to feed off this. Our guys are going to have to accept the challenge when we go down there.
Yeah, we talked about that throughout the broadcast tonight. You've got to go to Jackson. We talked about we had some prep. They played a game last night, albeit a non-league game, but I'm sure they were only focused on the Logan Chieftains at that point. You were at home. You had a very, very good crowd tonight, especially on the home side. Biggest road crowd we've seen all season, by the way.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things going our way. You look at going down to Jackson. Both teams are going to have film. They're going to know what they did well, what they didn't do well.
Sure.
What adjustments need made. How can we make it more competitive in terms of a Jackson game, and how can you separate yourself even more on our side of it? So what's the keys going to be when you go down to Jackson in that tournament game in a place that, they've knocked us off a few times over the years.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't beaten us in a tournament game in the history of this school. We've only played one tournament game, two tournament games. They have knocked us off once. I apologize for that. A few years ago.
Yeah.
So we're 1-1 in tournaments. What do we got to do when we go down there? Because we've said it just before you came up here. There's no way that score is going to be 67-51 in a couple weeks.
No, not at all. If I can't imagine it's going to be more than a 6-7 point separation when we play them the next time. It's they're going to make adjustments. Max does such a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, daggone, he does a good job. His defense is usually spot on. I thought our guys played with such great intensity tonight. We've always got effort. I told him that after the game. We always play with effort, but I just thought our intensity was so good tonight. We've got to bring the same thing. I mean, I really feel like if we bring the same thing and we execute and we take care of the ball, good things are going to happen for us.
Yeah, and you could see that from the get-go, the intensity, just the level of physicality and play that we showed. They kind of got off to a little slow start, but they kind of matched that in the late in the first half and in the second quarter. But we were able to pull away, and it was just a great team effort tonight. Garrett Brown had a great game tonight. A lot of good plays on defense. I thought Ashton Allman had the biggest block of the year, and then Hayden Reynolds sends it up to the wall of champions. So that was great to see. Defensive effort was great tonight. I will say this, though. Whoever scores the first team to 63 points will win. You're undefeated when you score more than 63 points.
Huh.
And you continue that tonight.
Okay.
So let's make sure we score 64, and we should be fine, right?
Okay. Remind me of that.
So next week, you go 2 Megs. What's the key in that game?
We have to bring the same level of intensity we brought tonight. I mean, they've got shooters, they got guys that can drive. We got to be locked in. We got to understand who their personnel is. The good news is we've we've gone over their stuff, a couple times. We played them once. Obviously, we thought we were going to play them a second time. Got snowed out. So the prep has been there. We just have to review that over the next couple days with our guys. Just understand, hey, this is what this guy wants to do. This is what this guy wants to do, and execute.
And you talk about a place, one of the last old school TVC Ohio gymnasiums, low ceiling, it's dark. They do a great pregame where they shut the lights out.
Yep. And here's one for you. Every fan gets in for free Tuesday night.
Are you kidding?
I'm going to put that. They said this hospital or a bank or something down there sponsoring it. So every fan is getting in for free.
That's great.
So
flood that place.
So
Vinton County fans flood that place.
If you don't want to
Tuesday
spend
night.
the $5, hey, you get in free.
Absolutely.
And you can go over to Middleport and get a Sunny Burger a Sunny Burger from McClure's, which we can't get anymore.
That's exactly right.
So, listen, another big thing for Megs that's going to get them hyped up is they haven't won a TVC championship since 1987. Wow. We had a 30-year drought.
Yeah.
And that was we didn't know what to do when we won the championship. We didn't know we were supposed to cut nets down or play music or high-five each other or whatever. We didn't know what to do. I would say the same thing is down there in Megs, and if they can knock us off, they're going to cut the nets down.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
So they have 30-some years, 40 years of history in the making on the line Tuesday night. So that just makes it even more exciting.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah,
we're going to have to match that intensity. They're going to have it. They're going to be bringing it. So we just have to find it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up.
Absolutely.
Good luck next week. Let's get 2 in a row.
Thank you very much, guys.
Appreciate it.
Nathan is going to
Tonight's
go off.
broadcast brought to you by Lockard Insurance, Buckeye Construction and Restoration, SF Restoration, Steel Isle Construction, Strickland Sales, McWilliams Funeral, the Patio Grubs and Suds, Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce, DDF Seamless Gutters, Precision One Masonry, Spring Street Sports, and Corrine Smith Photography.